Butch and I, we're both over 30 now, and where has the time gone?
Just over 30. I wonder what you all might miss about high school. I mean, having
Hmm.
all the experience now in the world, I'm sure you don't want to go back. But what would you say to somebody in high school right now as you look back from where you are? What kind of advice would you give to people coming through high school?
I'll go first. Cherish it. My mom would always tell me it's going to be like this. Snap of the fingers. It's going to be over. And when you're in like ninth grade, you're like, no, this is horrible. It's going to be 4 years of torture. I want to go to college. I want to move out. But real life hits fast, especially in college, because you can't say I'll have my mom call my professor. They don't care about that. They don't care about what's going on. They expect their work when they want their work, and all that other stuff comes second. So definitely cherish it. Enjoy being a kid. Enjoy being, young and having fun. Because I think college is like a completely different ball game, especially for me coming from Chester Upland. I think certain things weren't stressed that were stressed in college. So enjoy the fun, but also know what you want to do once it's time to hit school. Um, because you don't want to just start out going to a school where you're paying thousands of dollars and you have no idea what you want to do.
Yeah, that makes sense. Butch and I, we're both over 30 now, and where has the time gone?
Just over 30.
I think mine is pretty simple. It's just to have fun, work hard, take advantage of every opportunity, the ones you see, and especially the ones you don't see. Because the people around you that you're walking the halls with and going to class with, they're either going to be your longtime friends or they're going to become the godparents of your children or anything like that. Because the people I graduated with, we still make time to hang out once a week or still get together once a month just to make sure that we're all staying together and making sure that everyone's on the right track. And make as many connections as possible.
I would say don't wait for someone to tell you to do it. Don't wait for someone to educate you on it, to introduce it to you. And I say that because speaking of taxes, Gyanni, a lot of us didn't know about taxes. We didn't know how to do this and that with taxes. We didn't know how much would be coming out. We didn't know about the difference between federal and state. So open a book. There's so many books out there, and I wish I had done that myself before going to college and having to learn it from scratch. So yeah.
Okay, so college. You all went different places. I want you to tell people tuning into this that haven't got there yet, but are hoping to. So what should they expect? Is there like a cultural thing you got to go through to adjust to that different type of life? Um, what do their expectations need to be as far as how hard they're going to have to work or how differently they're going to have to work? Um, uh, Give us a taste of that.
So for me, I feel like college in general is a big leap, a huge leap from high school because you're literally on your own. I mean, some people have their parents where their parents don't know how to let go, but some people like me where my parents wanted me to, go ahead and do me. And besides, I'm independent anyway. Um, it's it's definitely going to be different, like Gyanni said. Nobody's going to be on your back and tell you to do this and to do that. Your guidance counselors will give you this, your professors will give you the syllabi, and that's it. You're going to have to read the syllabus. I can recall my freshman year, I had no idea that I had a syllabus. It was online. So I missed like maybe 4 or 5 assignments because I wasn't reading my syllabus. And the professor, no, actually, one of my classmates was like, they were like, You have, you have the syllabus, you have to follow the syllabus. And I was just so embarrassed because in high school, we didn't have any syllabi. The teachers told us to, okay, this assignment is due tomorrow, or this project is due next week, so on is, all of that stuff. They gave us information, but in college, absolutely not. You are not going to find that.
Hey, Butch, did you catch her use of the word syllabi twice?
I was digging it. That's the plural, right?
We know we got a sophisticated student on our hands there.
She knew exactly how to switch the term. I agree. I greatly appreciate that.
I would just have to echo exactly what Daija had to say. Pretty much, you're going to be just shocked by how much freedom you have. You're going to go from either having a curfew or bedtime or just a certain time to be in the house to just being allowed to do whatever. You can stay out till 3 o'clock in the morning, come back, and then still be up and ready for class at 8 o'clock. It's all about trying to find that perfect work-life balance and also be prepared just for the culture shock of college, because wherever you decide to go, you have to acclimate yourself to not only the students around you, but also those teachers, the professors, and even the community around you, because it's going to be a lot different from Chester. And that's coming from someone who went only to DC and Mississippi. So
Yeah, I would definitely agree. It doesn't matter where you go, because I went to school in Chester, and for me, coming from Chester High and then going to Widener, it was definitely a culture shock. I didn't see a lot of people that looked like me, especially in my major. So that was very surprising to me. But I think one of the biggest and best things that I learned in college was discipline. Because like they both said, there's no one telling you what to do when you have to do it. And for me, coming from a strict household, I stayed on campus and my parents made it, where I had that freedom. They weren't coming to my dorm. They weren't checking on me because they knew I was close to home, but they wanted me to feel like, I still got that experience. And for me at first, it's like, wow, like no one's asking me when I'm coming in. I can go eat whatever I want for dinner. I could have friends over. And it was like such a fun thing. But on the back end, it was like, okay, well, no one's telling you to do your work. No one's asking what assignments you have. No teacher is calling or texting your mom. So you need to make sure you're doing what you're supposed to. And I think when you don't have that discipline in college, it's easy to get caught up in the fun of it or the freedom. And then you start to lack in areas because you're not, conditioning yourself to put school first. So discipline was definitely something that I had to learn and hold on to, because even as the semesters change, you have different teachers with different teaching styles and different expectations. So you have to be ready to adapt, but staying, disciplined in all that you do.
To piggyback off one thing Gyanni said, about how you don't have teachers calling home. In college, actually, if a parent calls and tries to see how you're doing in school, the professors or whoever they're calling will say, well, we can't display that information. So that's a big difference.
Mm-hmm. My mom actually tried it.
How did that go?
They were like, well, she has to fill out a form and give you permission to see her grades. And she called me and I did not fill out the form.
HIPAA, right?
Exactly.
My grandma tried that and they're like, ma'am, we cannot tell you. But it's funny because my grandma never checked in high school either. So it's just like, okay.
Exactly. Yeah. I was like, she was calling me. I was like, I don't know what form you're talking about. I called. They didn't say anything about a form. I don't know.
Exactly. Keep it as confidential as possible. Send those screenshots at the end of the semester of the good grades. Don't worry about the midterm grades.
Right. Because right now I'm struggling. You don't need to do that.